Hey guys, it's Jen over at worldofjencraft.com, and this is our third and final card in the Quirky Critters Mini Series. Sorry it took me so long to get around to doing this video, but I think it's worth the wait. This is my favorite card out of the three in this series. And again, I do have a fourth one, but that is going out this week to my newsletter as my exclusive newsletter project. So if you want to get signed up for that, I'll send it out in the next couple of days. Let's get started with the supplies, and then I will show you how I put it together. I'm super excited about this card. Put that up there in this corner. Okay, so of course the Quirky Critters stamp set. Otherwise it wouldn't be a Quirky Critters mini series, would it? And then my go-tos, my stitched shapes, and then my layering circles, framelits, and of course if you don't have the stitched shapes, you can always use the circles that come with the layering circles. So either way, I just like the extra detail that the stitched one creates on our project. The Layered Leaves Embossing folder is what I used on this one. And then the 1/8 of an inch white ribbon. Love this stuff. In fact, this is my second spool. Went through that other one pretty quickly. Markers. These are the Stampin Blends. So I used the Calypso Coral, my brain just went dead for a minute, the Smoky Slate, and the Pool Party for these, to color this little bird in. And Memento Tuxedo Black is the ink that I use when coloring with my Stampin Blends. The papers that I used, I do have a little kit. If you go over, leave a comment on my website, worldofjencraft.com. I will put you into a drawing to have one of these sent to you. And then let's get on with this. Basic Black is our card base, and I did not put an inside to this yet, but I will when I go to send it. So this is a 4 1/4 by 11, and then a 2 1/2 by 3 3/4, and I went ahead and embossed this ahead of time only because we're going to be doing some coloring with the bird over here, and I just wanted to have everything done and ready to go. But isn't that really pretty on that Basic Black? The Pool Party cardstock is 4 by 5 1/4, and then a 3-inch scalloped circle. Tangerine Tango is a 1/2 by 4 1/4. Whisper White is a 2 7/8 inch stitched circle, and the Whole Lot of Lovely DSP, which this side's really pretty too. This is 2 1/2 by 3 3/4. I think what I'm going to do is let's stamp this, then I'm going to put my card together, and then we're going to color it and finish it off that way. So again, using the Memento ink, I'm just going to go ahead and ink this little guy up and hopefully get it within the circle area. So let's see, it's going to go like, so we'll try that. Okay, that'll work. So I'm going to set this aside just to make sure it's nice and dry by the time we start coloring it. And let's go ahead and assemble our card. Pretty simple, even though there's quite a few pieces on this. It won't take too long to put together. I decided to try a different background today instead of my wood grain. Not sure how much I'm loving it because the paper pad does kind of move around quite a bit when I'm working. But I don't know, my wood grain, sometimes I don't know if it takes away from the project or if it adds to it. Does that make sense? You know, let me know what you guys think. I don't know if the white is too bright or what, but I'm just going to give this a shot. And that's going to go just above here. And then let's put on I'm going to go ahead and wrap the ribbon around the back side, and I'm hoping, yep, I'm still on the screen. I kind of have to look up and make sure that this is all centered in here so you guys can see what I'm working on. So, and I'm trying to use a fast fuse lately. I like how it really adheres to our project. So I'm going to go ahead and just simply wrap this around either side of this, keeping it centered in that little 1/2 inch piece. And let me grab my scissors. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit more adhesive on here just to make sure that it sticks down. And I'm going to do it on the same side of this ribbon, because I really don't like it when my edges kind of start coming up, especially when I've got that ribbon behind. Sometimes the paper doesn't want to lay as flat as I would like for it to do. So I'm just going to put this centered here between those two pieces, and it looks like I did this a 4-inch piece, so we're going to go with it. Oh, you know what? Well, I think the other one I did a 4 1/4, but we're just going to stick with the 4-inch piece here. And I'm not sure why I cut it shorter, but oh well. Let's see. So let's go ahead. That is done for now. So this piece, I got my inspiration from the catalog. When you go look in the annual catalog at this stamp set, you will see they, I think they used the watercolor pencils to color this in, but they did this really pretty, you know, kind of gray with a yellow. And so when I was making this guy up, that's what I based my coloring off of. I thought he turned out so beautiful, and I was actually kind of impressed with myself, to be honest with you, because I thought it turned out so pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lay down my light Calypso coral first, and then I'll come over it with the dark to give it a little bit of shadowing. I might just leave this lid off, and then I'm going to come over it and put in some shadowing, and then I'll go back over it again with my light Calypso coral to kind of blend that in. So I think I'm going to bring some under his wings here a little bit, and hopefully this will turn out the way I was thinking it would. Get his little feet. It's been a while since I've colored it in, so I don't remember exactly how I did this, but let's see. I guess we'll find out, huh? So I'm just going to come back in and kind of color back over this. And you don't have to lay a whole lot of ink down to get the effect that you're looking for. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over this with my light. And I'm going to come in here into his neck area with this. And this is with the light Smoky Slate. And then I'm going to come back in a little bit with my darker one. And then I'm going to go back over it again with the light. And I might blend his tail in a little bit better with the light Calypso coral. And I do like using the brush end more so than I like the other. So I think I'm just going to kind of come back over and kind of blend that gray in just a little bit more in this area. So I'm really liking the way this is turning out. So then his wing, I'm going to come in and I'm going to color this whole wing in, kind of blending in that gray too, so it's not just that dark line there. And then I'm going to bring up my darker one and kind of just shadow in his wing. Might do that a little bit more, and then come back over it again with this. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my dark pool party and color in his little spots here. And I'm going to go over it one more time just to kind of darken those up a little bit. And that is it. So he turned out a little bit darker on the one that I just colored in, but didn't that turn out really pretty? I really do love playing around with these alcohol markers. And you know, you don't have to be a professional colorer to get really beautiful results with these. So I guess that's done. So let's go ahead and we're going to finish up our card. That's going to go on to our scalloped circle. And then I'm going to throw some Stampin' Dimensionals on it. And that's just going to go here centered, maybe a little bit up, like so. Yeah, I think that looks about right. Let's make sure I have them angled right. So throw that on there, and then the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to make a sweet little bow, and we're going to just stick that to the side of the circle. Make sure my bow is right here. Let's see, yep. So I'm just going to pull this down and then pull it back out and tighten it. I think that looks just about right there, and then I'm going to leave my little ends a little bit longer. Yeah, it looks about right. And I'm just going to stick it on with a glue dot. And that's going to go right here, just at the very edge here of where your ribbon kind of meets your scalloped edge. And I think I might trim this down because it's looking a little bit longer than the other one. Every single time. I don't know how I managed to do that. And now that's probably going to look shorter, but I'm just going to leave it. So here it is. My paper stayed kind of the way I wanted it to. So that's it. That's the card. I thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed this tutorial. It took a little bit longer than I was hoping for, but the coloring I think made it all worthwhile. So again, here are the other cards in the little mini series, but I don't know, this one's my favorite out of all of them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. worldofjencraft.com if you want the dimensions and printable downloadable supply list to create this card on your own if that's what you would like to do. Thanks for watching, and I will check you out in my next video. Bye.